Welcome to Dates from the Crypt.
Yep, it's our maiden voyage for Dates from the Crypt.
Don't have an intro yet, baby.
Yep, we will see how this goes, see if we can figure out some shit for this. By the way, this is going to be a cursing podcast. It's an HBO property, so...
yeah. we can't explain it to you without cursing. That's really just going to be part of it.
Yep, and I'm going to say what the hell ever I want.
Do we want to introduce ourselves?
Yeah, we should probably do that if you want to...
Oh, I'm Allie.
Yep, that's Allie. I'm Kyle.
We're married.
Yes, we are married. And why does that matter? Because we basically got married because of Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah. This was kind of the idea was we were going to be, this is our date night in the crypt, talking about Tales from the Crypt. We're definitely recording this in a crypt, not in a closet with a very loud cat just outside.
Yeah, we are, in fact, in a mausoleum.
Yes.
That's why it's so quiet in here, because being dead is very restful.
Yeah.
And there is something skittering around outside. It's definitely not a cat.
Yeah, if you hear, like, little bells, that's, like, demons and not my cat.
Well, you know, historically, there was that thing where they would bury people with a string and they could, like, ring the bell.
Okay, it's the distant sounds of people being buried alive.
Yeah, which is appropriate for what we're doing.
I like that. Anyway, I think we have to go back and, like, how did Tales from the Crypt get us married?
Yes.
Can I start?
Sure.
Okay. 10,000 years ago.
12.
I was on a website called OkCupid. Not an app. A desktop website.
Yeah. Way back when you had to sit on your computer to go trolling for strangers online.
And I get a message from somebody that said, I really like Tales from the Crypt, because I had put it in my bio that I like Tales from the Crypt. And I started talking to him, and I went on a date against my better judgment.
Yep.
And here we are.
Yep. Brought a friend to make sure nobody got murdered. But yeah, no, that was 12 years ago. Tales from the Crypt, it was always something we liked watching together.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was in both of our bios, so it's why we got together.
Yeah.
And then a couple of years ago, I decided, okay, it's time for us to get married. So it turns out John Kassir, the voice of the Crypt Keeper, is on Cameo. Very nice guy, by the way. And he was very excited to record a proposal message for me.
Yes.
One of these days I might play it for y'all on the show. It's a cute little message.
It was very cute, but it's really funny the way he goes, I'm John Kassir, the voice of the Crypt Keeper.
Yeah. He did a whole thing. Just, good evening, kiddies. I'm John Kassir, the voice of the Crypt Keeper.
Like, he definitely had to legally phrase it a certain way.
Yeah.
So he didn't get sued.
Yeah, it was great.
It was really funny.
It was great, but yep. So,
and I said yes, in case you couldn't tell.
Yeah, so we got married about it, largely because of Tales from the Crypt. So here we are.
Yeah, also just, we both like Tales from the Crypt a lot.
That too. What we figured we would do is do a bit of a retrospective podcast, not necessarily going episode by episode through the run of the show, like season 1, episode 1, etc., etc. We're going to be jumping around a little bit, talking about episodes we like, different topics, different themes.
Because the thing about Tales from the Crypt, and I say this as someone who loves it very dearly, there are a lot of clunkers.
You got to go rooting around for the diamonds in the rough.
There's a lot that are just, like, bad. There's a lot that are just, like, bad. If you're going in order, then there would be some that we just really wouldn't have anything to talk about.
Yeah.
So we decided instead that we wanted to kind of go by trope, because there are definitely a lot of tropes that you see a lot.
For those of you unfamiliar with Tales from the Crypt, I don't know how you got here, but
yeah, what you doing here, man?
Kick ass.
Go ahead, keep listening. That's nice. But like, I don't know how you got here.
Or don't. We already got the click. But like,
no, you gotta think about retention.
No, you're right. Please keep listening. I swear this will be fun. We're a lot of fun. So if you're not familiar with Tales from the Crypt, it's a horror anthology show. So it was a different story every week, and it ran from 1989 into the mid-90s on HBO. You might have picked up some reruns on the Sci-Fi Channel here and there, on Fox.
A lot of people our age told me that they remember watching it a little too late at night and getting really scared about it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's part of the charm. It was the late night horror show that ran on HBO. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the times you get late night horror shows, you still have some up and running like Svengoolie and whatnot, where they do some cheesy one-liners. They show an old movie. They're real shoestring budgets. Tales from the Crypt, though, it came out, there's blood, there's gore, There's boobs. People are saying fuck and damn.
I think also a lot of people forget that it was like the flagship HBO show.
It was.
Like it's pre-Sopranos. It was like the first one that was like a big deal and that you would like pay for HBO because of.
Yeah, it was the reason to get HBO when it first started up. In fact, that was part of like the pitch meeting when they were showing like a little bit of a sizzle reel. I'll get into that in a minute. I should actually do a little more background. I'm going to wind the clock back, way the fuck back, to the 1950s with EC Comics. I'm not going to give you the whole background because that's going to take forever, and frankly, I'll do an episode about that at some point. Tales from the Crypt comics, along with things like Vault of Horror, Haunt of Fear, shock suspense stories, etc., were these pulp comics that they would put out. They had 5 or 6 stories in them, usually some sort of horrific morality play about someone getting killed by a werewolf or getting some sort of horrible comeuppance in a supernatural way.
A lot of people get killed by werewolves. Werewolves are prevalent.
In the comics, there was a lot of werewolves.
Yeah.
In the show, not a ton of werewolves.
In the other media that we might talk about at some point, a lot of werewolves.
A lot of werewolves.
Werewolves were popular.
But, like, they were really popular with the kids, and, like, people were really into them in the 1950s.
I think it's communism.
It might have been communism.
It's like McCarthyism. It's like your neighbor is someone that you don't expect them to be, and they're actually secretly a monster. You know?
You get a lot of that, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get a lot of that, too. Of course, the parents had a fit, and the Comics Code Authority kicked in, and they got run out of town. But it had enough staying power that people kind of remembered it. It always kind of stuck around a little bit. It influenced other pieces of media, like it led to The Twilight Zone, and other horror shows, like old radio shows and stuff like that. Eventually leading to the 1970s when they made a couple of...
Oh, the British movies.
A couple of British movies based on the old stories. They were horror anthologies. They paired a few of the stories together. They're fine. We'll get into that eventually.
I think Vault was better. There's Tales from the Crypt and like the Vault of Horror or something like that.
It definitely was.
Vault is better, but they're both okay.
Yeah, they're definitely from the 70s. But I bring those up because Robert Zemeckis, who you might know, I hope so, as the guy who did Back to the Future and Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
Tales from the Crypt is his favorite horror movie. He always watched it around Halloween. It was something that always stuck with him. And eventually, he got the green light to make the HBO show, which they based off of the EC comics and to varying degrees of sticking to the script.
Yeah, some of them are very, like, you can tell it was a comic book first. Like, the one we're talking about today definitely was a comic book first. It's got a really out there kind of magical thinking premise. And the way that they tend to be shot is very, like, there's a lot of stills that you can tell are framed like you would see in a comic book. I'm thinking about when he gets shot in the head, like, it's very, like...
Yeah, it's a lot of static shots and...
Yeah, it's like a very, very posed, very static shot. Like, a lot of, like, really high contrast lighting. And like bright pops of color. And I think that's a really cool way to do it. One, because it kind of is definitely there to pay an homage to the fact that they were comic books first. But also, it's a cheap way to shoot.
It is.
Like,
it is.
You don't have to pay as much attention to the background if you're just going to like front light everything and drown it all out.
Absolutely. Like they took a really good page out of the Creepshow playbook.
Yeah.
Another thing inspired by the old EC horror comics.
Yeah. Creepshow's its own thing though, because those were all original stories.
Oh yeah. But
just mentioned.
But yeah, no, just it's a lot of bright colors, a lot of saturation, snap zooms, a lot of odd framing. It's a good time. You had a reason for this particular episode.
Yes. So we wanted to, because we're going to be kind of going by like a trope here and sort of discussing our favorites and what we think are going to be like the best examples of certain tropes. We picked this episode. I think I pushed pretty hard for it, but we did both agree on it.
Yeah.
Because it is, I think, the first example of the Platonic, like, Tales from the Crypt episode. Because it's episode 3 of the whole series. And it is, I think, the first time they really stumble on that, like, formula. Because the first 2 are a little odd. There's The Man Who Was Death and... What's the second one?
And All Through the House.
And All Through the House. So The Man Who Was Death is kind of its own thing. It's really good, but like a little too good for
Yeah,
Tales from the Crypt episode.
Yeah, the first episode is a bit of a crime thriller. It kind of almost like a noir sort of thing.
Yeah, it's almost like a character piece because it's a lot of monologuing.
Yeah, you get a lot of that too, especially in the first couple of seasons, and we get it with today's episode as well, where a lot of these stories are being basically told to us
by the character.
By arguably the protagonist of the story.
Yeah. So we wanted to skip that first one because it's a little too different, and we didn't want to start with something that was like so off formula that it would just kind of confuse it. Yeah. And then the second one, it's called All Through the House, and it's about a lady getting chased around her house by a murderous Santa Claus. And it's great. It's really fun. Yeah. But it's a little simplistic.
It doesn't quite match it does have the formula because there is like grim comeuppance and like trying to get away with a crime, but it's not
all there.
It's not, it doesn't have a supernatural element.
They don't always have a supernatural element, and sometimes they'll have a supernatural element that's explained away as like science, like in this one.
Yeah.
Where it's fully supernatural, but it's sort of hand waved away as like a mad scientist thing.
Yeah, it's the most insane explanation, but it's just not science, baby.
So do you have any more trivia you want to go through before we get into the episode?
For the actual show? No, if stuff comes to me while we're going, I'll bring it up.
So at this point, we might as well just say which episode we're talking about, and it's called Dig That Cat, He's Real Gone. Dig That Cat, ellipsis, He's Real Gone.
Yeah, they wrote it in the late 50s, so...
Yeah, so this one you were telling me is based directly off a comic.
Yes, it is from the Haunt of Fear, issue number 21, just because, like, they had Tales from the Crypt, but it ran for, like, 25, 30 issues. They had Haunt of Fear, it ran for a little bit, like... Vault of Horror. They just pulled from the whole backlog and just called it Tales from the Crypt, probably because it had the catchiest title.
The episode we're talking about is what happens is there's a mad scientist who finds a man sleeping on the street and offers him his life savings if he'll undergo like an experimental brain surgery. The guy takes him up on it. It turns out the brain surgery is to put the gland from a cat's brain that gives it 9 lives.
Yes, because the 9 lives of a cat is a scientific
fact.
Yes.
And it is like a, Deadpool-esque regeneration power.
In a way, yeah.
Like it's not just you have an extra chance, but you come back injured and you just die again. No, it's you come back in perfect health and you get to just keep going.
Yep.
And this man has found that capacity in a cat's brain and is going to try to implant it in a human brain. And he literally just found the first guy sleeping on the streets and was like, we'll do it. Let's go.
What else did he have going on? Are you very, very busy today?
Yeah.
Do you want $200 and a piece of cat brain tissue floating around in your skull?
Yeah. So the guy goes for it because he's broke. He's definitely, they don't say it, but just the way he's acting, he's definitely like a little drunk when they're having this conversation.
This dude is messy.
Yes.
Like, it's just the dude is just an absolute tramp, you know, like just a rail riding.
Like he's sleeping in a box.
Yeah, full blown. Just the first time we see him, he's crawling out of a refrigerator box.
Yeah. So anyway, so he takes him, he does the surgery, the guy wakes up, he's like, oh, my head fucking hurts, what'd you do? And then he explains what he did.
Yeah.
Which is really funny. It's like, oh, you care now? Like...
Oh, yeah. No, just like, God knows what this creepy German dude was going to do to you. By the way, the doctor's German, not exactly a surprise.
Yeah, the 50s.
Yeah.
It turns out now he has the 9 lives of a cat, and the doctor proves this by just fucking shooting him in the head.
Yeah, just pops him. Gives him one good one to the side of the head.
And it's kind of a great shot. We were talking about this while we were rewatching it. Kind of a great shot because it just kind of looks like they tagged him with a red paintball.
Yeah.
And it hits him in the temple, and then the actor kind of like crumples up and just falls over. And I was like, man, it really just looks like they hit him with a paintball. And then you said, well, yeah, when they filmed this, they probably would have just hit him with a paintball.
They probably, it was 1989. They had some decent money because it was HBO, but HBO was just starting out. They weren't really sure what they were looking for yet. And you will see if you watch the episode that a lot of the sets are kind of minimalist. So the special effects budget they needed to save it for some of the later stunts. So yeah, they probably just shot him in the face with a paintball.
like, he does a good job. Like, I mean, he doesn't, like, flinch. He doesn't break. He just kind of, like, crumples up
It's impressive because that shit hurts.
It does, and it hit him, like, right in the temple. Like, I feel like that would give me, like, an instant headache.
Yeah, he felt that in his teeth, for sure.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he comes back to life, and he's fine. His brain has healed. Like, he's just kind of back to normal. And he's like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. And the doctor's like, wait, we can make some money off this.
Now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Now, I'm sorry, I'm gonna throw it right back to you.
Do it.
You have found a way to extend human life. Yes. You have found a way to make someone come back from the dead. This is the scientific discovery of the millennium at this point. What do you do with this discovery?
Well, I think, me personally, I'm running away to join the circus.
Yeah, we are going to sell this. We are going to sell this to a shitty traveling circus.
Yeah, like,
so people can watch this man die.
Like the worst traveling circus too, because they're talking to the
the carnival barker,
the barker, whatever he is. Talking to the barker, and he's like, yeah, he says, I think maybe my favorite line in the episode, just, well, I need some money. My freaks need a new shoe.
Oh my God, yeah.
It gets me every time. He just delivers it so flatly, just like, no, my freaks need a new shoe.
He's so good in this part. He's devouring the scenery around him. He's going absolutely apeshit. He delivers half of his dialogue straight into the camera. The carnival barker does.
Yeah, he's like barking like as if you were the audience, and he's doing it directly into the camera. So what happens is they join up with this traveling carnival circus thing as a sideshow act. And basically the act is you watch Ulrich die. The homeless man's name is Ulrich. That's definitely not his real name. It's the only name we get for him.
He's Ulrich the Undying.
Yeah. So you pay to watch Ulrich die, and then he comes back. And then in later iterations of this, you pay to get a chance to kill him. And the selling point is like that you get to kill a human being with no repercussions.
Yeah, they start really upping the ante because also, I don't know if you noticed, when people are buying tickets, they're paying like $10.
In the first one, yeah.
Yeah, they're paying like $10 a head to watch him. This was like the first example of like the great costuming too, because it's all very cartoonish. Like they're gonna drown him in a Houdini tank, basically. Like Houdini, he would do this bit where he would be in a straitjacket. They would put him in a tank full of water, and he would get out of it. Yeah. It's that, but he's not gonna get out of the tank. They're just gonna drown his ass.
Yeah, they set him up as if it's an escape act.
Yeah, but
he doesn't escape. He just dies. And then they keep him in the tank for an hour to confirm that he's really for sure dead. This wasn't some kind of trick.
Oh, yeah.
Then they drain the tank, and he's just a dead body in a tank for a minute. And this also is really funny. There's just a dead body sitting in the tank, and everybody's expecting him to come back to life. And instead of anybody freaking out, everybody just goes, boo!
Oh, yeah. They start storming out as he's just like lifelessly slumped over up against the glass. The barker's pissed at the doctor.
Yeah.
The doctor, who, by the way, the next time we see him, he is like pouring water out of his stethoscope, like he got into the tank with him to check his vitals. The lovely assistant, Coralina, I think. Coralie. She's devastated because apparently, by the way, Ulrich the Undying is a scuzzo.
Okay. The thing is, Ulrich the Undying is the actor. He was also in The Matrix, and he's the guy that, like, betrays everybody. He's that guy.
His name is Joe Pantoliano. I hope I'm saying that right.
He has hair in this, but otherwise he looks exactly the same. And it's like, girl, are you sure?
Yeah, he's made a career out of being just the worst fucking guy that you know. Like, yeah, he's the turncoat in The Matrix. He's Jennifer Tilly's scumbag husband in Bound.
Oh, my God.
He's Ralphie on The Sopranos, who somehow is the worst person on that fucking show. Like, it's just this little dude with a mustache. Just, hey, who wants to fucking watch me die this week?
Yeah.
And they got him in this tank, and he's just wearing like this cartoony
Tim Burton ass.
Yeah, this 1920s striped full body swimsuit.
Yeah, like, that's the other thing. It's kind of displaced in time. I'm going to get back to the summary of these episodes soon, I promise.
We both have ADHD.
Yeah, if you couldn't fucking tell. Like, anyway, it's very displaced in time because all of the sets, all of the costuming is very 20s because, like, they're at a carnival with a barker, which is very 20s. he's wearing like turn of the century bathing outfits, or like everybody's in suits all the time. Coralie is like a presenter girl. She's just like a pretty girl.
She looks like a
that's
Vegas
up on
showgirl.
stage. Yeah, and she's got like the big hair. She's got like a feather, and like she's wearing these skimpy little outfits. It's very 20s, but then it's supposed to be modern. Like they make jokes about like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
And they've got credit cards, and they talk about HBO at one point.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It's supposed to be contemporary, but everything about it looks very 20s.
Yeah, I think because carnivals are timeless, you know what? They didn't think it through that much. It ain't that deep.
I like it a lot. I think it is a real choice to make it sort of contemporary and 20s at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, and I think that just sort of adds to the, like, surreal, like, live-action cartoon vibe it has.
Oh, we skipped the frame.
Yes, the framing device is we are with Ulrich in a coffin as he's telling us this story, and he's supposed to be doing his last escape attempt.
Yeah, he's supposed to be on the last usable life that he has, and they're going to be burying him alive for 12 hours.
Yeah, so
no oxygen tank or anything. They're going to let him suffocate underground.
Yeah.
Which, as an audience member, I don't think is that interesting.
I don't think that there's really a benefit to that.
But
no.
at that point, they were all so numb to carnage that it's just like...
Anyway, so, all right, going back to the beginning, you get the framing device. He's in the coffin. He's speaking directly to the camera, like, as a monologue. He's also the narrator. He goes through meeting the doc, getting the surgery, dying that first time when he gets shot in the head. Yeah. And then he drowns at the carnival as his first sideshow. And then word of mouth goes around, and then at his next one, there's more, and it keeps going where he's dying in goofier and goofier ways.
Yeah, he's making tens of thousands of dollars off of these routines because people are paying to see it. They're like showing it on TV. Yeah. Like people are just tuning in to watch this man die on pay-per-view.
Yeah, at one point, he kills the doctor because the doctor is taking a pretty big cut of the box office money. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's like a 60-40 split in favor of the doctor because he wants Ulrich to get a chance to get rich. He wants to continue his research.
Yeah.
Bud, you could have just shown off that you...
made an undying man, yeah.
Yeah.
That's another... We'll get into that. I want to go back... I want to actually explain what fucking happens. Anyway, so he dies a couple times. He murders the doctor.
They really do a show of it, too. Like, the second time they hang him in, like, a Wild West show.
Yeah, there's one where they have him behind one of those cartoon cutouts in, like, a shooting gallery. And there's, like, a hole in the cutout over his heart, and you're supposed to try to hit the cutout and shoot him in the heart.
That's one of the later ones where they're having the audience, like...
pay.
Yeah, they're paying, like, $1,000 to try to shoot this man with a crossbow.
Yeah, which it's such a dark episode, but the whole tone of it is so like upbeat and cartoony that it's really just kind of perfect. It like hits right in that perfect like camp spot of like it's both super dark and depressing and also kind of goofy and dumb.
Yeah, like you kept bringing up that he killed the doctor, and yes. I feel like I kept diverting you.
No, you're fine. As far as plot goes, it doesn't really matter what order these things happen.
He uses a life to kill the doctor.
Yes.
Like they both die in a car crash.
Yeah.
And by that I mean he floors it in a Volvo into a brick wall.
Yes. Yes. At this point, he has one life left, and he just did a very successful death. He made a ton of money, and Coralie, the showgirl he's shacking up with, or no, he's got 2 left. That's what it is. He's got 2 lives left. Coralie sees all of the money, kills him, and takes it and runs.
It's less than $1 million, by the way.
Yeah, which is another reason it feels very, like, out of time, because it's like, I don't think I would kill someone for $100,000 in the 80s, you know?
Don't ask me for... I'm not a good example of this.
So Coralie kills him, takes the money, and runs. So he has to do a really big last thing to make back the money she stole, and also to set him up for the rest of his life, because this is the last time he gets to do this.
Yeah.
So he sets up the coffin thing, and you see him arguing with the barker. He gets buried, and then he is in the coffin giving the monologue and realizes... well, yes, this would be his last life, except for the cat he got the lives from died during surgery, which means he only had 8 lives, not 9.
The cat was going to die either way, which makes me wonder, like, yeah, it's fucking Calvin Ball, but, like...
Yeah. It's really stupid, honestly, but basically it means that at the very last minute you get that twist. So this is what I'm saying about the Platonic ideal of a Tales from the Crypt episode. It's not necessarily this, like,
Yeah.
9 lives thing. It's that it is kind of campy, a little overly dark, but funny still, and has a final twist.
Yeah, there's always supposed to be, like, a grim realization where it's like, oh, wait. Oh, God, no.
Yeah.
And in that case, it was that he miscounted.
Yes. And I think the first 2 we kind of skipped over to go to this one, because those 2 aren't really funny.
No. This is it's the 3rd episode, and it's the first one that's very tongue-in-cheek about what it's doing.
Yeah, and I think that's sort of the tone that the better ones have, is that they're kind of winking at the camera like, we know this is a little dumb, but we're here for the dumb stuff.
Yeah, it's all very, very silly.
Yeah. So those are my favorite episodes, are the ones where everyone involved has kind of acknowledged that this is silly, but they're playing it completely straight. Like,
yeah.
The ones I don't like is either the ones where they're taking it so seriously, where it's like, okay, I don't think anybody knew that this was kind of dumb, or when they're not taking it seriously at all.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, Tales from the Crypt, you always had to have a good cast, which back then
They got it.
Yeah, just like anybody who was anybody wanted to be in them. Like, you would get Whoopi Goldberg, Billy Zane,
Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt did one.
He has a whole episode. He's not like a cameo. They had a series of guest directors, and that included Arnold Schwarzenegger. His episode is terrible. It's really bad.
Yeah.
Michael J. Fox, his episode is my favorite one ever.
Yeah.
And Tom Hanks did an episode that I actually like quite a bit.
Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, they had a lot of celebrity directors, a lot of big name directors, like Robert Zemeckis did a few. This particular episode was done by Richard Donner. You might not recognize the name, but he did the Christopher Reeve Superman movies.
Yeah.
And the Lethal Weapon franchise and the Goonies.
Well, also Zemeckis is the producer, so I think he had enough pull to get some big names early on.
Oh yeah, he was a name. So.
And then at that point, like, he probably had the ball rolling enough that people started wanting to sign up, like, for their own reasons.
Yeah, because like we talked about, this was the flagship show for HBO. They weren't really sure what they were going to be doing with it right off the jump. They were like, yeah, why the fuck not? They ordered like 6 episodes. But it killed. Not to put a hat on a hat there.
But don't you? Yeah.
It killed. Yeah, it absolutely killed in the ratings.
Yeah.
But like, it blew up. It became a cultural phenomenon. Crypt Keeper himself. I didn't even talk about him. What's wrong with me? So John Kassir, the guy that did our...
I know, we did this whole thing and we didn't even explain who the fucking Crypt Keeper is.
I know, what the fuck? Fucking first episode growing pains over here. So every episode is presented by this horrible little puppet. He was actually a state-of-the-fucking-art animatronic.
Yeah.
But he's this horrible little puppet of this corpse that just, like, sits around in this dark tomb telling these stories and telling the worst fucking puns you've ever heard in your life.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing, and it's right out of the comic books. That was the thing that they did.
That's kind of why you were talking about Svengoolie earlier, because it's like the sort of horror host phenomenon.
Yeah.
Where you get like a funny little guy that's got like a gimmick and is telling you bad jokes, and they just sort of introduce it and outro it, but they're not really involved in the story except for one, which we will get to fucking eventually.
Oh, God, yeah.
I know.
I hate that one.
It's not very good.
No, but
it is unfortunately canonically important.
It is, but yeah, the Crypt Keeper, like early on, like in the first season especially, he just has this very low, whispery voice, and he speaks very slowly because the technology wasn't fucking there yet, and the puppet was still kind of primitive.
Yeah.
But he really caught on. He gets really bombastic in later seasons, but he became like the face of the show. He became this icon. They made action figures of him.
Yeah, you've probably seen like decor of him came out for Halloween a couple years ago of some kind of licensing thing.
Yeah, Spirit Halloween makes a Crypt Keeper now.
Yeah.
He was the very first host of Universal's Hollywood Horror Nights.
Yeah, like he was a big deal, and it's a puppet voiced by John Kassir. And then you told me this, which I thought was really funny. The eyes are the same eyes Like, literally the exact same eyes. They took it from the original Chucky doll.
Yeah, the team that did all the special effects for the first Child's Play movie, the following year made the Crypt Keeper. And when I say this thing is state of the art, it took 6 people to operate him, 4 of which just did his facial expressions. And he's elaborate. His lips move, his eyes move, his eyebrows go.
He's definitely expressive, but at the same time, it looks a little... In the first season, and we did just watch this one from the first season, and you can tell they definitely, like, upped the budget for the second season and made some improvements. But he's a little rough.
Yeah, he doesn't move a ton. And that's why I was talking about, like, his voice was kind of, like, low and slow and whispery. John Kassir had to keep it that way because the puppet wouldn't be able to keep up with, like, fast dialogue. But it made him seem, like, kind of mysterious and menacing.
Yeah, and then he kind of loses that, but, like, it kind of comes off less menacing and more, like, fast-talking shithead.
Yeah.
In a good way.
Yeah, he turns into a bad comic after a while, like a bad stand-up comic. And I was talking about him being, like, the face of the show and whatnot. He was the fucking guy. Like I said, they made action figures of him. Kids are, of course, staying up and watching this.
Oh, yeah.
So they ended up making, like, a cartoon where John Kassir is still playing him. There was a kids' game show that aired on PBS. I think it was PBS or UPN, one of the two. And it was Secrets of the Crypt Keeper's Haunted House.
Oh my god.
So it was Legends of the Hidden Temple, but it was in a haunted house, and the Crypt Keeper was like the announcer and the MC.
That's actually rad as hell.
Yeah, and it was the puppet. Like that, they got so much work out of this puppet.
Yeah.
And it's like when I was little, I was scared to death of this fucking thing. It scared the shit out of me when I was little.
I did not see Tales from the Crypt when I was little. I watched it for the first time when I was like 19, and the first thing I watched was Bordello of Blood, which is the second movie.
I am astounded that you came back for more, that was enough to be like, oh, mother may I.
I love Bordello of Blood. How dare you speak ill of her name? Like, it's not... Okay, the thing is, it's not the best that they've ever put out. It certainly is not. But... it is very fun, and we're not talking about the movies today. We're talking about Dig That Cat, He's Real Gone.
I was going to say, it's not even the best version of that movie.
What other movie?
From Dusk Till Dawn.
Okay,
Vamp,
no, it is...
like,
okay, it's different from Dusk Till Dawn. It's very close to Vamp. But...
look,
You don't even like Vamp. You don't even like Vamp.
Yeah, I even know.
You don't even know. You don't understand. I'm getting shrill.
Let's talk about the production design a
yeah,
little
let's
bit.
talk about the fucking production design.
You were talking about it being kind of a timeless look because it's definitely set in like 1989, but it's an old school carnival, like from the 1920s. And you see that mostly in what you were talking about before with the costuming, especially the carnival barker.
Mm-hmm.
The carnival barker, who I adore in this, he steals every scene that he's in.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you familiar with Batman 1989, he was Alexander Knox, the mouthy reporter that was hanging out with Vicky Vale. That's like the only big thing that he did. The only other thing that I recognized him from was like Good Morning Vietnam, and he has a one scene character that he does in Good Burger where he tells Kel Mitchell to go to hell for messing up his order. Like, he's the carnival barker. He changes costumes every single scene, and it's not just the costume, because he wears a lot of silk shirts, a lot of fancy hats. His mustache changes in every scene dramatically.
Yes, he has a different mustache in every scene, and he's always wearing one long dangly gold earring, and I love him.
Yeah, I know you love that part. Yeah, the first time we see him, he's got this little Hitler mustache.
Yeah.
Then it's a full handlebar. Then he gets a little Fu Manchu.
Yeah. At some point, I think he has a soul patch. The one time we see him when he's not supposed to be, like, on, where he's, like, behind scenes, he doesn't have a mustache at all, which leads me to believe that he's, like, pasting them on.
He doesn't have a mustache at all, and he's wearing, like, a do-rag.
Yeah.
Like, he's dropping off money to Ulrich, and he's like, all right, yep, here's your cut. Here's your cut of the box office, the HBO money, some side bet. What the fuck was the side bet?
I know, like, whether or not he was gonna die.
Yeah, Like, what the fuck is the side pack gonna be? But yeah, no, he's just standing there, no mustache. It's a far shot, but you can kind of see him. He doesn't have a mustache, and he's wearing a do-rag, which is absolutely wild.
Yeah, this is a white man. Like,
He's white.
yeah.
But
We would know.
yeah. Yes, we are of the Caucasian persuasion here at Dates from the Crypt. Yeah, you like that?
Oh, I hate that. Yeah, so I think that's what we wanted to talk about. This one's really campy, really over the top, really fun.
Yeah. Oh God, we didn't. There was one person we missed.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't talk about the mortician.
Oh yeah, he's only really one scene, but he's very funny.
I know, I love that sequence. It's a one of the.
I think it's Ulrich's like 4th or 5th death.
Yeah, it takes him a minute to reset.
They so basically they electrocute him. They set him up in like he's sort of being strung up under a sign that has his name on it.
Yeah, and they got him holding light bulbs.
They got him holding light bulbs, and they raffle off the chance to throw the lever. And it's this little tiny. This scene gets me every time. He's like strung up. They call off the raffle number, and it's like the Barker and Coralie are like arguing about what the number is. Just like, it's 5-2. No, it's 1-2. It's 5. Yeah. And then finally he just takes it from her and like reads the number.
Yeah, Coralie, you absolute sweetie, can't fucking read.
She's great. She's so funny.
She's got this whole Audrey from Little Shop of Horrors thing going. Just this real flouty little voice. And she's just dumb as a bag of rocks, but she's so cute.
The part where she goes to kill Ulrich, and he's kind of facing away from her, and he's talking about like, hey baby, you want to go on vacation? I think we're gonna go to Vegas. And she goes, that's nice, but and she reaches into her purse, and she pulls out like she's about to stab him, so she like raises her arm up like she's gonna stab somebody, and she's got a comb in her hand. She's, but I think, and then she sees that she's got a comb, and she goes like, and then she like puts it back in and grabs a knife, and she goes, I'll go on vacation and you can stay here. And then she stabs
Yeah, it's so good. It's so funny.
Everything she does is hilarious.
It's so, like writing in lipstick, just dinner tonight. The first when he's getting drowned in the stun tank. It's so good. The scene that we were talking about with him getting electrocuted and the little old lady coming in to flip the switch.
Yes.
She's got like 5 teeth.
I know, it's just like they literally like they're panning over the crowd. Oh my god, I got it. And then she stands up into the pan because she's so small that they like went over her head. And it's this ancient woman that is like cackling, and she's got little glasses on and a little like church hat, and she's like, I won. She like stumbles over to the thing, and then she pulls the lever and then laughs hysterically the whole time he is dying. He's being electrocuted.
Everyone's just clapping. He's doing the full body shakes. He's thrashing all over the place. The audience is going nuts.
They hold on it for like an uncomfortably long time.
Yeah, they get like they zoom in. He's got blood coming out of his eyes. They are cooking this guy.
Yeah.
I was talking about it when we were watching the episode too. They do so many things to him that would give him brain damage. Yes. Like they drown him, they electrocute him.
Yeah, they shoot him in the head.
They're constantly cutting off blood flow to his fucking brain. Yeah, no, cats can't get brain damage, so why would someone with the gland of a cat get brain damage?
Yeah. And so anyway, this leads into this particular death took him longer to come back from because the damage was so extensive. Because they're electrocuting him for like a solid minute on camera while the crowd is like hooting and hollering. It is kind of tough to watch after a little while.
Yeah, that part's rough.
He winds up getting taken away to the morgue, and there's a mortician there that is embalming a different body, and then he covers it up, and then he looks down and he goes, thank you for your business. And then he walks over to Ulrich's body right as Coralie and a news crew come crashing into the morgue, and they're like, you can't embalm him, he's not dead, he's not really dead. And the mortician goes, well, he could have fooled me.
Yeah.
Like,
and then Ulrich ends up just sitting up like it's nothing.
Just like Undertaker sits up and just goes, oh my god. And the mortician screams and like collapses.
He ragdolls his way out of the room. Like he throws himself over, he knocks over some boxes, like just scares the shit out of him.
And then Ulrich, we go back to Ulrich narrating from the coffin, and he goes, that was a close call. And if you embalmed me, I don't know if I could come back from that. And if I could, yeesh. And it's like, wait, what? Hang on.
You're just so nonchalant. Yeesh.
I'm involved. Does my dick still work?
Yeah,
like
like, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Does my dick still work? Am I gonna smell good? Am I gonna have that formaldehyde quality to? I've got a couple other fun little tidbits.
Yeah, bring him.
About this episode before we continue on. Our main character, Ulrich the Undying, Joe Pantoliano, I'm still hoping I'm saying that right. He actually shows up in a later episode that I guarantee we're going to talk about at some point.
He is, yeah. Don't name the episode.
Yeah, but he has a bit part in a later episode. He's not playing the same character, but they did just go ahead and recycle the actor.
Which is kind of a big deal. They don't do that a ton. The only other one I can think of is William Sadler, who's in 2 different episodes in both movies. Both good movies. He's not in Ritual, but fuck Ritual.
Yeah, Ritual.
Fuck Ritual.
We might talk about it at some point.
I think we're going to have to.
Yeah. Ritual sucks.
It's just not very good.
But the other fun little tidbit that I had for this one, it often gets mistaken for the first episode of the show for a couple of reasons. There were a couple of U.S. regions where, for some reason, they aired it first. For a lot of people, that was the first episode they saw. And also, and this one's a big fuck up, there's a making of documentary on, I believe it's the season 1 DVD, that the Crypt Keeper narrates. And he calls it the first episode.
We should watch that. I don't think I've watched that.
Oh, it's cool as hell. Yeah, the Crypt Keeper narrates the whole thing. I know we just went ahead and we spoiled everything for you here.
I think we barely, we told you what happens, but I feel like we barely scratched the surface because there's so much you get just from the sets and how everything is delivered. It's really good. Yeah, it's a good one.
It's a really good visual story. It's the first, we were talking about it, it's the first one that really looks like a comic book.
Yeah, I think it's my favorite from season 1.
That's fair.
Because season 1's only 6 episodes, and they're a little scattered. They're just trying stuff, throwing whatever at the wall to see what would stick.
Yeah, it's 6 episodes in a real mixed bag.
Yeah.
But it's also got 3 of the best episodes in the series.
So it's this one I know you love, All Through the House. What's your third one?
Oh, The Man Who Was Deaf.
That one's great, actually.
The first 3 are some of the best, and then...
I tend to forget about The Man Who Was Deaf because it's great, but it's a little too good to the point where it feels like something else entirely.
Yeah, I don't think it was... I'm going to look into it eventually. Mm-hmm. I don't think it was part of, the EC horror line originally. I think they pulled it from one of the other ones, Two-Fisted Tales or something.
Yeah, they did that a little later down in the series when it started getting popular, and they started really, scraping the barrel to try to get as much content out of it. They did a couple episodes that are just straight-up Westerns.
They were trying to do a couple of spin-offs. They did one. It was called, I think it was called Weird Science. It lasted for maybe a season.
I haven't seen that one.
And then there were 3 or 4 episodes that they were trying to get off the ground as Two-Fisted Tales. The Brad Pitt episode, King of the Road, and Yella, a couple other ones. But
the Kyle MacLachlan episode could kind of go either way. Because it's horror, but it's definitely Wild West horror.
Yeah, I think that one was a Tales from the Crypt story.
Yeah.
They wanted it to be Two-Fisted Tales, kind of these crime thriller things, but the show never really got greenlit.
Yeah.
So they just sort of cycled them into Tales from the Crypt.
Do we have anything else to say about this one?
A lot of mustaches.
A lot of mustaches.
A lot of mustaches. At least 10 mustaches.
I think on this rewatch, what really hit me is how much I love the set design. It's super minimal in a way that feels kind of cheap. But I mean that very positively. It's got a real style to it, which I enjoy a lot.
Yeah, it fits the aesthetic. There's a lot of scenes with Ulrich with a black background.
Yeah.
It's very stark, but it works for what it's doing.
And I really love the coffin shot. I think I previously had not given that as much. So the narration scenes of Ulrich, you are looking at him dead on as he is laying down in a coffin. And he is lit only by a candle that's on his chest. And he's monologuing into the camera. And the shot is really striking. You really understand exactly what's going on with very little setup.
Yeah, it's just you and him. No one else is hearing this conversation. It is just a conversation between him and us.
And the way that it's lit with the candle, it's very, it's underlit and it's creepy. like, it gives him sort of like an ominous cast, but it's also very intimate. Like, you are also in the coffin. I think it's just a really well done shot.
It's Chekhov's candle too, because like when he realizes that he miscounted and this is his last life, and he starts to panic.
Yeah.
They've already buried him, and as he's like panicking, you see the candle start to like snuff out. You hear him starting to choke and gasp because he's out of air.
Yeah.
Yeah, just it's the last bit we see of him is that candle burning out.
Yeah. And I think it's on top of like a newspaper, because he's like using the candle to like read the newspaper because he's bored in the coffin.
Yeah, he's
like,
gonna be in there for 12 hours.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I do love this one.
Yeah.
It's one of the good ones.
Okay, so how this is gonna work is we are going to spin our little wheel. We made a picker wheel.
Yep, the Wheel of Mortality is what I like to call it.
The Wheel of Mortality. And we are going to use that to pick our trope for next time. We sat down and we made a list of a lot of the themes that come up in multiple episodes. So if you want to go ahead and spin the wheel.
All right.
Twins.
Fitting for episode 2.
Oh, yeah. That's good. I like that.
Yeah, fitting for episode 2. I already got some ideas. There's multiple episodes that deal with twins.
Like twins and also conjoined twins, I think, are a very big...
There's more than one episode with conjoined twins.
There are 3 episodes with conjoined twins.
Yeah.
So we're going to come back here next week, and we are each going to pick a couple of honorable mentions to talk about.
Yep.
And then we're both going to have a favorite, and we are going to have a discussion.
I think I know which one we're going to fight over, but yeah.
Yeah, you already know which one's my favorite.
Yeah, we're gonna fight about it, quite frankly.
Oh, is it also your favorite? Or
you know it's my favorite.
It's good.
Yes, but so Tales from the Crypt. It's not streaming anywhere. You can find the season DVDs on Mercari. It's not terribly expensive.
No, I've seen them going like the whole series for like $50.
Yeah.
I know people don't do DVDs anymore,
No.
but one, I'm old, so you're gonna have to fucking bear with me.
Yeah, it's not streaming anywhere.
And 2, physical media is gonna get... I don't know. This is my weird boomer soapbox. I don't get why people don't do physical media anymore when it's like they just go off streaming services whenever, or like they get edited. Like,
yeah, we're not baby boomers, by the way. We are in our 30s.
Whatever. Like, I know this is a boomer ass opinion. I don't care.
No, I get it though. There are some YouTube channels that stream it, but I'm not gonna look for them.
I think that's technically illegal, but we don't.
Yeah.
It's not that big a deal.
Look for them. I'm not gonna throw them under the bus by posting the link.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the first episode of Dates from the Crypt. If you like it, comment, like it, tell your friends about it.
Hi, our friends. If you're listening, love you.
Thank you for the courtesy listen.
And I'm just gonna guess. Hi, Kyle's mom.
Most like if she can figure it out. If she could figure out how to get to it, she was asking me about it because I mentioned that we were going to be doing this. If you want to get in touch with us, share your opinions, tell us we suck.
Yeah, but maybe be nice though.
I'm sensitive.
Yeah, I would like to see nice things.
But if you don't want to, like, you can leave a comment on wherever you're listening to this.
Yeah, wherever we put it.
Or if you want to engage, you want to talk about Tales from the Crypt, send us episode suggestions. Feel free to do that. Got an email address set up. It's thedatesfromthecrypt@gmail.com. And I'm going to work on getting some more options open as time goes by. But
yeah,
for now, we have an email address. I think that's pretty legit.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
We will...
I was like, how do we end this? I don't think we ever figured out how to end this.
We didn't have a plan.
And my first instinct was just go, all right.
All right. Until next time. All right, tune in for episode 2 when we bring you a pair of twisted tales about twins.
And until then, good night, kitties.